Welcome on in. Another Invicta YouTube show with Invicta Ryan. We are really excited because you have a lot of watches in the show that you can buy early before everybody gets to see them for the first time at the same price in Cabo. So tonight would be the great night for people who are collecting, who are planning on making a purchase either for themselves or for Christmas to get it before everybody else gets it.
Well, that's right. You can actually be wearing that watch on your wrist potentially before we even broadcast it here coming up. We're actually all leaving for Friday, or on Friday for Mexico. We'll start broadcasting Saturday night. So let's dive in.
Yeah, let's jump in. Our very first one is brand new. You're seeing it early. It's going to be in Cabo. It is the Invicta 52 millimeter Pro Diver Combat Seal Quartz chronograph watch, and it comes with a one-slot diver case, which we have right next to it. Nice two-tone piece. Let's talk about this.
Yes. So this,
Pro Diver.
The Combat Seal stems from our Pro Diver collection. It's a larger watch, and we're sitting at about 52 millimeters on that. Launched brand new. This designed for 2017. We have this as a top value. Yes, it is.
Coming up.
Yeah. And
great.
Well, no, we had it earlier in the year as top value. And so we brought it back. And so this is a different color execution that you get with it. So you have the 3 different subdials on the inside of the watch there that represent your 24-hour scale, and then also 60-minute chronograph that's part of it. But along with the timepiece, you have a watch that has 500 meters of water resistance. So this watch actually, this watch is well above and beyond what diver specs are.
Yeah, let's go ahead and see the profile on it.
Sure.
So Pro Diver is still the largest collection of watches at Invicta.
It's the largest collection in terms of all the different varieties of watches or series. This Combat Seal happens to be just one of the many different series, dozens upon dozens of different series, and also just #1 across the board in terms of sales and from what our collectors love to get into.
Well, tonight, if you want it early before everybody else sees it in Cabo, you can pick it up and save $91.
Yeah, and this is a brand new color execution, and this will be in Cabo. Before, when we launched the seal, we had it in different color options. So this is a brand new color option.
This is the first time you're getting this watch.
Yes, this particular option.
If you order tonight. So value pays. They are in full swing right now and 41% off, $91 right back in your wallet. Chances are you might be able to afford yourself another timepiece with that kind of money saved. So got a really cool bracelet, rotating bezel, I'm sure.
Yep, rotating bezel on the watch
these
too.
stands, the bane of my existence. You want to get that on?
Here, we'll just, and then this is what you do, because Jeff is here. And so what I
Jeff, are you going to Cabo?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, okay. Jeff will be there. Jeff's leaving on Friday.
How many people are going down there from the team?
Yeah, something like that.
It's a nice crew.
Well, that's just from here. Yeah, 12 or 15 from here.
Okay.
And then we have a crew from Florida that also goes too. So, okay, well, I'll put this watch on my wrist so you can see what this looks like. But I like this color execution, and I have a couple watches that do have it. You have that silver tone that's all for the metalwork on the watch, but when you're looking at the bezel, little gold trimming on the outside and a black top, and then you have that black dial on the inside of the timepiece. So it's a little bit similar to that Grand Diver XL that we've had before, or the Pro Diver XL. Same case design, but done on this bracelet version. And then, of course,
I like those knurled links.
Yeah.
Like a heavy knurl on those.
Yeah, carrying all the way through. For the first 3 or 4 different links on the watch, you'll see how that bracelet actually tapers down in addition, but nice unidirectional rotating bezel, as I mentioned before. And then too, when you look at the different subdials, you'll notice just a little bit of that vertical brush finish that goes along with the 3 different subdials inside the watch. This is a hot watch, and what's the price?
It is $129.99, and your value pays are under $22. So the value pay, we take all the major credit cards for those. You make one payment tonight, a one-time shipping and handling charge, and then you got it on your wrist before anybody else who's going to be picking it up in Cabo. It's a great two-tone piece because, you know, if you've got other things, whether, you know, belt buckle that's silver tone or gold tone, it goes. You know, same with any details on your kicks, it goes. Same with cufflinks, or if you wear any chains, bracelets, or necklaces, which is why it makes an awesome gift. You know, maybe you need to buy your dad or your brother a watch if you're not buying this one for yourself. Now, ladies, of course, you're invited to try this one on as well. I know a lot of them like the larger case sizes. Yeah,
I mean, some women can get into this. I'd say it's a little bit more geared for guys, but you know, there's still plenty of women that also just like to get into bigger watches. You know, you want to have that look, you want to have that presence, you want to have that conversational piece on the wrist. You can do that with this timepiece. So, yeah.
All right, we are all the more excited when we get a lot of participants on YouTube. So, Paul, thank you. Love Invicta. Steve, Invicta codes, please. maybe you can help them out with Invicta codes.
I don't have any, I don't know of any yet. So if I find out of any special offer codes,
They're
I
like
will definitely
secret
post
codes,
those.
like safe cracking codes,
Like,
those kind of things?
or discount codes for purchases.
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
Sometimes I'm slow on the uptake. Timothy, thank you. Love the big face watches. We definitely have a couple tonight. AJ, hey fellas, I'm a big Invicta fan. Thank you, AJ, for joining us. Andrea, I love my Invicta watches with the big face. Boy, it seems like everybody likes the big. Jasper says that as well.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, I didn't know you were on. You were waiting.
Our good buddy John out in New York says hi to me. Hi, John. Good to see you again. Looking forward to seeing you on the cruise. Jasper also likes the big dial watches. Derek looking for my daughter a nice watch. Stay tuned here for the show. Gene does say, love my collection of Invictas. And Evine, hey, thanks all for starting the chat early, a little less than 20 minutes. Oh, so that was actually before everything started. So everybody's talking about the weather here too. It seems like it is cold out. I was actually out on the lake yesterday for the whole day driving. And
how was it?
Oh my gosh, I had 4 layers on. I was cold.
Went out on St. Croix.
How was that?
Sunday. Amazing. Amazing. Okay. 645-120, you're going to see it on my wrist. We really don't have a presentation plan, but I was in love with this piece. And for everybody out there who doesn't have an abalone dial, this could be the watch that has got your name on it. 30% off, and you're going to be able to grab this at $113 off. So nice, flexible silicone, but a wide strap on this one as well, and screw down case back. Sweet timepiece.
Yeah, well, that abalone shell is that hottest dial that we have going on right now. It's an organic material that you have with this. Excursion is just known for being that larger timepiece. We're talking about 50 millimeters just in terms of the case diameter that's associated with this. And we have 30% off for that anniversary price.
Yep.
I like it.
It's $113. So that's all we're going to be able to share with you on that one tonight. But otherwise, you'll be able to see it in Cabo.
I'll put that watch on my wrist.
Okay.
We'll do that. So
put this one. There you go. All right, our next one up that is planned for the show is 41% off. This is 52 millimeters. Nope, I lied. 48 millimeters. It's the Aviator Ghost. It's 32% off, saving $94. Oh, I forgot. On this one, we round down. Other shows, we round up. So 31% off, but over 31% off. How's that if we're going to get really down to pennies?
Yeah, that sounds good. Well, here we go.
A lot of people jumping in on board.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, a lot of people jumping on board, and thank you for tuning in here tonight.
If you got questions, throw them at us.
Yeah,
we love that.
Yeah, Christopher's actually asking any first looks at the Marvel watches, Ryan. Christopher, if you are on Facebook or Instagram, look at Invicta Ryan. I've posted a couple of the watches. I'll post a couple more here in the next day or two. So if you're not following me, be sure to follow me. That's Invicta Ryan on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So here we go.
Very unique piece.
Yeah. Well, this is a
like in general, it's unique.
Yeah. Well, this is
not just for tonight.
A design with the Aviator Ghost. So what we have is we have this almost in a sense this bridge movement going all the way across, like how it connects from that 9 o'clock position or that 3 o'clock position. So we call it that bridge movement. We've had it in a couple other different watches before, and so here's another option for you to get in at the price that you see on the screen. You can see, and I'll point out here as we're looking at the Silvertone version, what you're actually looking at. So right here, this is the balance wheel moving back and forth, along with the escapement, which is right over here. This is your mainspring, so this holds all the energy inside of this timepiece. And down here you can see this custom rotor, but look at the decoration that's also just part of this custom rotor on the very bottom. So you can see from the front, but then also look behind. You can see actually my finger just moving behind this watch, and that's what we're calling it that Ghost, because it's transparent and see-through.
Great, I love it. And again, you got beautiful high polish links down the center, or I should say stations down the center with a brushed gold. Same in the Silvertone. So as Ryan was saying, you can see through it, but very intriguing watch. I mean, this is something that, anybody who sees you out and about in the coming, I should say in the coming lifetime, not just the coming weeks, they're going to ask you about this.
Well, that's right. And so again, you can just see that balance wheel moving back and forth. And so for those of you, most of you I'm sure who are tuning in right now, you know when it comes to that automatic, you can wind up the watch via the crown, and also just the general movements of your wrist will also wind the watch automatically for you. So if you want to appreciate just horology and just how this movement is actually put together by hand, we're doing more and more automatics, it seems like. And so here's a way to really celebrate that with that Ghost, which is something that a lot of collectors are wanting to add to their collection, is that Ghost. We've done it with the Russian diver before,
Here,
also
show
a
it
pro
from the back
diver.
really quick.
Here it is with that aviator version.
Yep. I lean towards the gold tone
I was
watches,
gonna ask, okay.
and I know I have friends that will only wear silver tone and such, but we got a nice selection for everybody tonight. So there it is from the back. You're going to see water resistance right there, the model number, and of course you got a nice fold over diver lock on that one. And
Right.
you can take the links out. You can add the micro adjustments, which is right there.
And that'll give you that perfect fit and feel when you put the watch on the wrist. And so notice too, when we're talking about the 18 karat gold version, that's 18 karat gold, we bonded all the metalwork for the watch. There's not an extra cost that we pass on to you. It's the same price as the silver tone version.
That's another reason why I like the gold watches. I like that extra touch. So if you want to go ahead and grab this, you don't have to come up with the whole sale price right now. Keep in mind, you're saving 31% off our regular price. If you want the silver tone, we have 3 remaining, and I think, what are we down to in the, we have 18 in the yellow gold choice for you. So otherwise, it's coming up in Cabo. You're saving $94. And if you want to get it home, you make one value payment on this one of $35. Make that payment, and you have until January 31st with any watch you're buying tonight for full return privileges. So if you're a brand new customer, we love it. Maybe one of your friends who already has an Invicta collection turns you on to us. But more commentary and also an update on the cruise. Where are we at with the cruise, Ryan?
We're doing another cruise. We did our first cruise here this February. It was such a success. We're going to do it again. And so with the cruise, it's going to be the 23rd to the 26th of February here in 2018. If you'd like, you can book your cruise at invictacruise.com. You can see some of the activities going on, the parties, the dancing, all the smiles and just the friendships that remain out there. It's only 19 weeks and 2 days away, and 4 hours, 14 hours actually, in fact. And so here's the website, invictacruise.com. We're at 80% sold out, so we still have some cabins left. Would love for you to come. We'll be broadcasting live from the ship. You'll be able to see us there. You'll be able to meet me, Justin, some of the Evine hosts. Ayal will be there also, and the models too. Well, they'll be a part of it. So it was just a really, really cool experience, and I highly urge you, if you have the means, go on it. There will be no regrets whatsoever. So what we'll have here is, okay, so we're going to go on to the next presentation.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the watch. This is my favorite watch of the show.
Oh, well, let me wonder why. Is it because it's loaded with diamonds and sapphires or rubies? Does that have anything to do with it?
That might have something to do with it.
Make you grab that watch before all the other watches, maybe? Okay. Yeah, this is a nice timepiece. It's $215 off, and it's 30% savings if you want to grab it tonight. So this is going to be otherwise seen in Cabo in just a couple of days, but you can already know yours is coming here early. So 2 very distinctive choices.
Yes, so you're just ordering the black or the silver tone, so you're going by the plating of the watch. What you're looking at first of all with the blue accents on the inside, this is a silver tone version right there.
Yep.
So you'll be able to see on the inside, well, first of all, on the bezel with the 6 different stations loaded with diamonds. In fact, 132 diamonds make up that
anniversary.
That's right.
You just called me your name.
I know, and I was looking at you and called you my name. I don't know why. Why is that?
I don't know, but there's doctors for that.
Well, I think I should probably schedule an appointment.
There you go. So what else is going to be going on down in Cabo?
On the inside of that watch also for you. I like too, just you can see a little bit of a skeletonized dial where you can see that date wheel moving all the way around. But this is that octane. And it's done in that more demure size. And this is all brand new, Brian.
For the 60th anniversary.
That's right.
You just called me your name.
I know. And I was looking at you and called you my name. I don't know why. Why is that?
I don't know, but there's doctors for that.
Well, I think I should probably schedule an appointment.
There you go. So what else is going to be going on down in Cabo? What are you guys going to do in between your hours?
Well, there's.
Although, will you even get a break?
Well,
I don't know.
we do have a number of hours down there, and that's another reason to be able to follow me on social media. That's Invicta Ryan on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We'll be posting some behind the scenes. I'll be doing a couple of YouTube shows down there yet again, and so it'll be. It's gonna. We had a meeting the other week. We had a meeting, and we have some really, really cool watches, just as what you're seeing with this watch right here. I mean, I seriously believe that this whole event is just completely stacked with a lot of fantastic watches for you. So we're going to do a little bit of a macro shot here real quick so you can see what everything looks like inside of the dial. This is also part of that reserve collection. So what you're getting is just the top of the line, the best quality that we make at Invicta. You can see the gemstones going all the way around for the individual hour markers right here. And as I mentioned before, what you see on the inside is that skeletonized dial in a sense. Right over here, that is your perpetual seconds at that 3 o'clock position. You can see it's all done on that gear system that's a part of the timepiece. And then also even down at the bottom of the dial too for this 5030D from Ronda. So it's a quartz movement, battery operated. You don't have to wind up this watch. And 48 millimeter is a real go-to size for guys, but women can step into this size quite easily. And you can just see the 6 different stations that are just completely iced with diamonds for you on this timepiece. So just looks really, really hot on the wrist.
I'm loving the black finish. Now this one has got rubies on it. You got the same amount of diamonds going all the way around the bezel, a double row. But there's something about the red complications in the subdials and then those red rubies. Look at that.
So watch this. Jeff, I'm gonna wait for the wide shot here.
Okay.
Shot. But yeah, so the red on the inside, the diamonds, I mean, this just looks brilliant on the inside. So we have the piston style function pushers that you can see there that are just part of that chronograph on the inside. And with that 5030D from Ronda, you're getting a movement that's a chronograph up to 12 hours. Jeff, you ready?
Can you talk about the finish on this? You talked about the 18 karat gold on the yellow.
Same thing. It's the same process we actually use to put the black on. And so with the black, it's actually even more expensive to do the black than the 18 karat gold.
It is, okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's why I like the black finish best. That and rubies, which is my July birthstone anyway.
Yeah, so a number of us are leaving on this Friday, and we are heading our way down to Mexico. We're actually starting our broadcast on Saturday at 11 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be kicking it off. And again, let me just mention, follow me on social media. I'll be posting for the watches that are coming up for the shows. I'm going to be posting behind the scenes here. You can just see how beautiful. This is where we're going to be staying. This is where we'll be broadcasting. And it's just a real magical place, beautiful. We'll be on the beach, we'll be up by the pool, we'll be all around broadcasting from this fantastic, fantastic hotel. So make sure, and here you can see with the web, I have to say it's really, really easy to be able to find any Invicta watch you want. You can type in, you can just click on Invicta, or else you can type in green Invicta. You can see all the watches that have any sort of green inside of there. So it's very, very easy to be able to use Evine's website to find anything you want. And what are we looking up now? Oh, here we are. Here I am, there I am. That is kind of weird.
There you are, Brian.
That is, that's about what, 10 seconds ago? That is a little creepy.
That's a good shot of you, Brian. All right, now, even though this has 10 ATM water resistancy, it's an aviator watch. So let's talk about what is part of the dial? What is part of that tachometer or tachometer?
Yeah,
depending on where you live, what neighborhood you live in.
Yeah, tachymeter, all that goes
So
along.
let's talk about aviation.
Yeah, so aviation, it's one of our collections that we dedicate to that aviation. And when you look inside the dial, in a sense, it represents a few of the critical gauges that you would find when you're actually flying a plane. Have you flown a plane before?
No, I have not.
I took, my girlfriend got me a birthday gift last year. It was one flying lesson. And it was really cool. I always wanted to be a pilot growing up, and I never went to school for it. But I like driving the big boats and everything, and just machinery.
That I know you've mastered,
Yeah.
but the flying makes me a little nervous.
Well, the funny thing is, she was in back. And so she was like screaming at first as I'm like just getting used to the plane and everything like that. And of course the instructor was there with us. And oh my gosh.
That still doesn't matter enough for me right now. Did you fly anywhere near my neighborhood?
I did.
You did? Oh, right over my house, I imagine.
But let me tell you.
Great. Next time, call me and let me know this is going on.
And did I ever get bombed with whatchamacallit, all the direct mail after that one flight? half of my direct mail is like aviation stuff now.
That's funny.
I don't get it.
Well, I'm just glad you lived to tell this story.
Me too. Well, the thing is,
And her too.
Well, the thing is, they have to idle the plane. So basically, you're falling 1 foot down and traveling 1 or 5 feet forward. And we were like, okay, after like 30 seconds, like, oh, we can keep on doing this for a while. And we're both getting very nervous because it sounded like the engine was going to stall out. It was.
Well, they didn't take you
nerve-wracking.
to like a stall out free fall.
No, but
Okay,
it felt
I was
like
gonna-
it was going
okay,
to.
got it. Yeah.
That was.
Well, that's where my mind went because I just.
So you'll see, it's the horizon, I think is what it's called, right down at that bottom gauge there.
Okay.
Because you'll see it almost looks like a bullseye, if you
Yeah.
will. And then we have the compass on the outside, 360 degrees, northeast, west, and also south that you'll see with the indicators there, along with a tachymeter scale that's just inside of that too. And tachymeter scales actually measure speed over a certain unit of distance. Within a timepiece. So the watch is 48 millimeters, same size as that that
So
Octane.
did you ever look down at your watch and say, I'm going to use this tower that is way close to the plane and mark myself
not
just
that
to see,
day.
check our speed?
However, I did wear my aviator watch. I wore one of my aviators. Yeah, it was appropriate.
'Cause he's a
And it was
professional.
fun to be able to have that watch when I did that.
You're getting a one-slot diver case with it. I just think it's great. I would wear this watch with what I got on right
that's
now.
a
It'd
cool
look great
shirt. I
with-
noticed that
Thank
earlier
you.
in our meeting. I really like your
Just
shirt.
got it. Thank you. Camo.
Yeah. I saw
Blue
it.
camo.
Blue camo.
Yeah. That would allow me to kind of hide myself in a Levi store, and nobody would find me.
Where did Mr. Kessler go?
Yeah. Oh, he's by the Levi 501s. If you look really close, you can see him there.
Yeah.
You never thought of that,
They
did
make
you?
a good product. So you'll see the watch on my wrist. I have a 6 3/4 inch wrist, not even a 7-inch wrist. And this is what a 48 millimeter looks like. Again, just to go with that representation, the piston style function pushers, they just kind of go along with the whole engine theme that goes along with this timepiece also. And you'll just see the bracelet going all the way through, a satin and also a high polish finish. That's also a part of this watch for you. Comes in the one-side dive case.
Yep.
That dive case is a $39.25
$50
value.
off if you get it tonight, and that's the price it'll be down in Cabo. You know what I just thought of? You get this watch tonight, you can call in and talk to Ryan or Justin or AL and whoever the host is, and you can say, you know what, I already got mine coming. How cool is that? And everybody else is going to be like, how did you get yours so fast? And the right place, right time. You knew
right
somebody.
right place, right team.
You got a connection here with Ryan tonight. Just think of it that way.
Here.
Oh yeah, what's everybody saying?
Heimdall says, I need to take Brian gator hunting in his blue camo.
Yes, for blue alligator. Yeah.
Have you ever seen?
I'm down for it.
Have you ever seen the albino alligator before?
On an Hermes bag for $180,000.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. That's where I've seen it.
Wow.
But you know, Kimberly and I, we ran the Ragnar relay
Yes. Yeah.
from Miami to Key West. And I was not one of them, but in the middle of the night, somebody on our team had to run through Alligator Alley in the dark with just a headlamp on. Not me.
Not cool.
Not me.
Not
Okay. Our next one, the Bolt Zeus, 31% off. You're saving 135 clams. Two sizes on this one, same price for both, right?
Yeah, same price for both that you
Nice.
get. So either a 40 millimeter, which is geared a little bit more for the women, but guys
at
can still wear
that.
that. Or otherwise, the full size, that 52, 53 millimeter that you see off to the right-hand side of the screen.
That is amazing.
Beautiful abalone shell, high polish for a majority of the watch, a little bit of a matte finish going through that center link. But yeah, talk about the bling you got on the wrist. With
It's like a
either one of
rain
these
shower.
watches. Yeah.
You know, now every bit of abalone is going to be a little bit different from the next, but love the case design in this one. This is a case and cradle with.
Yeah, with the,
Or would this be a case and cradle?
well,
I see the
a
cabling
little
on the
bit-
side, maybe a little bit different than a case and
It's a
cradle.
little bit different. It was a design that took us about 3 years to actually accomplish with the whole research R&D that went along with this timepiece. Wow. And so, and it's evolved too. We've had a number of different versions of this watch, a couple dozen.
Okay.
In fact, we have some collectors. I mean, I know Reggie out of Washington State. I think he has like over 3 dozen Bolt Zeuses alone, which just talks about one collection and one series within a collection, which is the Bolt Zeus. So 5040D Ronda is the movement inside of this watch. So you have just a powerhouse of a movement. The cables are that signature element that you'll find going around the bezel, both sides of the case, and also incorporated into the bracelet. I'm going to put on the 40 millimeter just to put a size perspective out there because you know, I have the same size as wrist as some women do. And if you just want to see what this would look like on just under a 7-inch wrist, this is how it would look. I would wear the 53 millimeter
I don't like
myself.
that we're leaning so much.
I know it's maybe we
I
can
feel
just
like
pull
I'm
back.
kind of laying over the table to get to things.
You know, I would just
That's
for
not
fun,
necessary.
I would just lay across the table right now, but I don't trust this table.
I don't either, and I know why you don't trust it. Okay. High polish finish,
Yeah,
with just
you'll
a
see
little
that.
bit of matte going down the very center lane.
Correct. And so here's that 40 millimeter, just to put things into perspective. So on just under a 7-inch wrist, and the bracelet is generous. This bracelet will easily fit an 8-inch wrist, maybe even about an 8.25-inch wrist. But you see that beautiful abalone shell on the inside, how this looks. I mean, just has a great look on the wrist.
And recent collectors have been able to get the abalone, right? About how long have you guys been working with it?
We've been about, actually, I had the first watch. I had the launch of it. It was a top value
Really?
with the abalone. It was in August of 2015 on
So
a
not long ago.
Sub-Aqua #1. So just over 2 years we've been using this brilliant material inside of this watch.
Sweet. Well, if you wanted to get it at the Cabo price, this is brand new tonight. And you'll be able to call in and tell everybody, hey, I already got mine. It's on its way, or maybe you already received it. Part of the way through the event. You're saving $135 and your value payment on this one is $50. So $50 on a Visa, MasterCard, American Express Discover, or the no annual fee Evine card. Then let's go ahead and make that first payment. But even on these preview Cabo watches, you're able to get that return policy that'll go all the way between the time you receive it and January 31st. So plenty of time for you to inspect it. Now, this is brand new for the event, and this is the S1 Rally, and let's see, what can we say about this one?
It's a big watch in terms of 52 millimeters. You have the gold tone or the black version, as you'll see on the right. Like that you can see that date wheel going all the way around. Multiple layers on the inside of that watch also. Oh, for this is a sweet deal, Brian.
No kidding. This one is like irresistible price on these.
Exactly. Or if you want to gift,
$60.
if you want to gift somebody a 42 millimeter, that watch should be worn by anybody. 42 millimeters is a modern lady size. It's a classic gentleman size too.
Leather strap on that one too?
Leather strap is nice.
Croco and Boss, that's what you wear on an interview. That's like a Wall Street watch.
I agree. That's perfect.
So the Invicta Blowout, that's where you can get some extra savings, some watches that maybe you've seen in presentations, but back then you couldn't buy it. And you catch your eye on a watch and you're like, that's a watch I could get my mom, or I could get my brother, or my dad. Looks like we're sold out on that one, but chances are we probably have another watch like that. Do we have any other watches like that?
I was typing. I didn't see what watch it was.
It was the Popeye watch that was.
Oh well, we have Marvel launching here
Pocket watch?
Not the pocket watch,
Okay.
but we have a lot of Marvel coming up here during the event. Cool. So yep.
Great.
It's a little bit hard to multitask sometimes. I got to get used to.
No, I know you're spinning a lot of different plates. Darby Smith says Marvel. So this is our last watch we're going to be able to go ahead and present for you tonight, but look at this 8-slot diver case. How sweet is that?
Yeah, 8-slot dive case that goes along with it. You get the scuba, and so we were talking about the first watch we had the Combat Seal from our Pro Diver collection.
Okay.
This is the scuba, and this is also a different series within the Pro Diver collection. This is #1. This is out of all the different watch designs that we sell the most of this watch right here. And in fact, it's just not across the board, but it's also for brand new people getting their very first Invicta watch. And you have the 3 different color choices. I think we're just going blue.
Yep, blue, green, and gray.
Blue, green, and gray. So there's blue. You'll see gray next to it. And then I like the green. That green is just different.
You know what's interesting about the gray is you have on the rotating bezel, you've got black with blue numbering on it. Where the other watches, you've got a matching bezel to the dial. So the gray's a little bit different. I think you can see it now. That
Yeah,
we're focused
and you
in
can
on that
see
a little
it's a
bit.
black bezel and just a real deep midnight blue for the markers.
So
or
for people who already have like a royal blue or that British
Mm-hmm.
racing green, that gray is probably the one to grab.
I think that's the most avant-garde. It's very
Yeah.
classic in terms of the blue bezel, blue dial for the watch. But I want to just show you too. I mean, this dive case. I mean, this thing is just. I mean, it's durable. I mean, I've stood on these before. It's going to hold 8 of your largest timepieces for you. It's a $73.50 value that's included in the price.
At
You'll
that
see right
price,
down here.
112s.
So it's a really, really sweet deal to be able to get into this watch.
What's the most creative use that somebody has shared with you on the dive case? Because I know people are going to fill it with watches first, but other
Actually,
people have done some fun stuff.
I put that challenge out a couple of years ago on social media, and some people will use it as knife cases, or
Okay.
even they'll put some small firearms in there too.
Okay.
They just put a new foam, and then they just cut out the molding just for however. Or some people also were able to expand it to even more watches could fit in there just in the standard 8.
By redesigning the
Yeah,
inside.
and making it a little bit smaller, and even like some of the extra straps, they could have little cutouts for that
I
too.
tell you,
I
it's
should do
hard
that.
plastic, and it's got some nice, nice latches on it.
Yep,
So
that's right.
You're getting it. This is, again, a gift to you, or this could be that gift you keep if you're buying the watch for somebody else, and you know that you need this more than they need it. So this is a really generous gift. The value pays on this one is under $20. In fact, they're $18.79. So if you're going to start an Invicta collection, this is definitely something to consider. I like the British Racing Green. That is just sweet.
Yeah, I think that's
Out of the choices, I would grab that racing.
Yeah,
green.
that's a color I'd go with too. So again, pro diver, you're getting into that #1 collection. You're getting 300 meters of water resistance that's associated with this timepiece also. And
Let's go down and see what people are saying. Oh, can you read that, or I can get down here? Let's see. Just bought my first Swiss-made tourbillon. Too bad Invicta isn't doing much in the higher end. I'm spending. Okay. Oh, online this one's moving fast. Okay. Mark says thanks for the update, Ryan. AJ says, hey Ryan, how about Dem Star Wars?
Yeah,
Anything
Star
yet?
Wars. Star Wars isn't going to be until our remote event in December. So it'll be our next, just before the holidays. So.
Okay. So our next show, when is that one? Could we go back down? That was a lot in my ear. Okay. So the 18th. I don't know. We just skipped it again. I'm trying to keep up here.
Yeah.
All right. October 19th.
18th at 11 p.m. Yep. So
Is it
we'll
an
be in
18 or
Mexico.
a 19? That says a 19 on there.
Oh, on the okay, yes.
Oh, those are the regular
Actually,
Invicta shows.
it's 18th and 19th. Stick to my social media. I'll be posting it. I
Yeah,
actually
you're always
have,
on top
I
of it.
think I have 2 or 3, and I think I have 2 in a row one night. So, but yeah,
Great.
that's the biggest thing. If you want to make sure you know what's going on, just follow us, and we appreciate each and every one of you tuning in here tonight.
So have you packed all your
Half packed.
half-packed?
Half packed.
You start with the Speedos?
Yep.
It's a big Speedo event.
It took up a majority of my large suitcase.
I'm kidding. All right, but it is going to be a great event. And if you haven't signed up for the Invicta Cruise, we're nearly 80% sold out on the cabins that were available. So that's a good time.
Yep.
So,
All right. Hey, fun to see you, Brian.
Same.
Take care, everyone.
Yep. And thanks for being online.